what is kidney transplant? Kidney transplant is that you have to match the organ per se. There can be two sources. One is people who are your living, what is called living donors, could be your friend, family, all these things that can give you organs. But it is out of the goodness of their heart that somebody's donating. Believe me, in my eyes, the donors are the true heroes. To give a part of your body to somebody that you love is the true highest form of altruism, highest form of giving, highest form of dan, what we say. Nothing can match that. There are no heroes in society, not the ones on the silver screen, not the one on the playing field, not the cricketers. The true heroes are these people who give a part of their own self to help somebody out. The other source is, if you don't have somebody that's a living donor, then there's the other possibility of donation is it comes from deceased people. So say somebody dies in a car accident, they have organs which are still working. They're still in good shape. So there's a system called deceased organ donation. I'll strongly encourage you to look into that. Make sure you become organ donors. Here where I'm at in state of Ohio, every time you go to get your driver's license, you're given an option. And so it's on my license, it says on my driver's license, organ donor. So promote organ donation. There are many myths about this. You're not going to take your body with you. Body is going to stay here. It's going to be burnt or it's going to be buried. It's going to be back to earth, fire to fire, elements to elements. If you can give your organs to somebody, you can give somebody a vision. You can, by donating your cornea, your eyes, you can give your kidneys to two different people who can come off of dialysis. Maybe one of these people may be able to help their family, help see their kids grow up. Maybe this person might need kidney because they can see your daughter get married. They can see their grandkids. You can make a tremendous difference. You may not be here in the physical body, but your physical body lives on. Heart transplant, you can save somebody from life support by donating the heart, by donating liver, pancreas. So all those tissues can be used. Don't let it go to waste. That should be your ultimate gift to humanity, because it's not going to come to any use. Yes, there are some mental, cultural barriers, and these barriers may prevent people. They're afraid. Luckily I had such gracious parents who instilled these values. My father, and his words were, he donated his body to the medical school. Because when you're in medical college, how do you learn anatomy? By operating, by dissecting out cadavers, the dead bodies, right? That's how you know anatomy. He made his body donation to medical college. And he convinced my mother to do the same. What a grand gesture. His exact words were, our son became a doctor by dissecting at organs on somebody else's body. We can help somebody else, because he passed away at a ripe old age, and in the circumstances we were not able to donate body, but he had signed all his papers to do that. Had it happened here in the circumstances he was thinking of, he would have given his body to a medical college. So think of those things. So not just organ donation. If you have elderly parents or sickly parents and they cannot donate, or grandparents, they can donate their body for the well-being of the society, for the well-being of medical education still. So I think I'm at my time limit, so I'll stop at this point and I'll take any questions. Thank you again, Adore India, for giving me this opportunity, and happy to be part of Global Indian. I know it was a vast topic to cover many things, and I just spoke off my cuff of whatever came to my mind, but I'll take any specific questions. Thank you.
I would just like to add something.
Sure.
Yeah. Being a family, I just want to say all the sacrifices of yours has made us look up to you, so that we have one of that flower in our bouquet who is always blue, who is always and always, spreading out his fragrance in form of his work to us. So you are that flower in the bouquet of our family. And this is I'm saying it on the formal platform, so that all your sacrifices you should not think are gone in vain. That's why everything has happened.
Thank you for those comments. It reassures you that somebody else values what you did. Thank you so much.
And also, I would like to just make a suggestion that we all should now start making some program related to organ donation along with Adore India. We can spread this message across the globe through
Absolutely,
this.
that'd be a great endeavor.
The
And
sir is
Asha,
also there, and I think, yeah, sir has already shown us thumbs up, and we'll do that. I'm in for that.
okay. Yeah, anything I could help you with, anything I can help you with, whether it's transplant related or whether it's just medical education related, whether it's awareness related, if I could be of any help, I'm available. Please reach out to me. Uh, I'll be happy to guide you or put in my time and effort if I can.
So we can take questions now. If any of you have questions, you can unmute yourself and then ask questions.
Yes, Anjali, I have a question. Uh, when we donate our body, so what is the time period in which we can just call doctors to take the body part, whatever we have donated? Is there some time limit or what?
Very good question. So if it is already a situation where your loved one or somebody close to you is not expected to make it and they are on quote unquote life support, it's a good idea to start discussion with the physicians who are taking care of that person that, in case there is an adverse outcome, we would like to donate organs. That's prospectively, that is proactively that you're looking at these things. Other option is if somebody close to you passed away totally unexpected, right? At that time, if the family members are available, there are certain organs that still can be donated. And for example, you let your, once again, easiest thing is to the physician taking care of that person. If you inform them, they can call the local eye banks and they can get cornea. And there are some, if you're at a facility where they have a transplant surgeon, they may come and get the organs. The ideal time for kidneys to be recovered is 30 minutes to an hour after the heart stops beating. Okay? So because otherwise during that time, if you don't recover it quick enough, the kidneys won't work. The organ starts to decay. And it's different for different organs. Pancreas, for diabetics, for pancreas transplant, it's very sensitive to lack of oxygenation and it starts dying quicker. So within 10 to 15 minutes. Whereas the skin and the bones, if somebody's giving a full body donation, those organs are very resistant. You can still have tissue donation. It's called tissue donation, not organ donation. Tissue donation can proceed even up to 6 to 12 hours after the person has passed away. So you can do those donations depending on motivation, but it's a good idea to let people know what your desires are. We had a very open discussion with our parents, and you'll be surprised. You need to know their wishes ahead of time so that afterwards you won't struggle with this fact that, I don't know if they wanted to donate or not. And be clear about this yourself also, and make sure you let your loved ones know that, God forbid, you never know. Life can take you any different circumstances. Anything can happen anytime. If that happens, that I'm willing to donate my organs. So that the time period can be shortened.
Uh, I would like to know what is the myth around cornea donation. The people usually say that if you are diabetic and if you wear glasses, you're not supposed to donate your eye.
Um, That's not true, because the part of the eye donation that's involved in actually transplant is the front part, the black part that you see. That the clear transparent tissue that covers that part of the eye is the only part that's donated. It's not the whole eyeball that's donated. In diabetics, the vision suffers not because of damage to the cornea, it's the back part of the cornea where the images, back part of the eye where images form, called retina. So that's not true. If there is somebody who has not been operated upon, most of the time, if their cornea is okay, let the doctor make the call and they will be able to take the cornea and help it. And in India, it's very important to donate because there's so much glaucoma, there is so much cataract, there is so much pterygium that can cause damage to the cornea. And giving vision to somebody after you have passed away, what a wonderful gift.
Uh, do any of you have questions?
Yes, Anjali, one more question is there.
Yes, please ask.
Actually, I've heard that when someone donates their organ, and if something happens to that person, their body parts cannot be donated to their family members. They can, doctors will keep the body parts and donate to someone else. But if someone from the family need, like for eye transplant or something, they cannot take that. Is it true?
I do not know what the situation is in India at present, but I can tell you internationally, it's not true. Because to donate an organ, say if somebody related, and I can give you an example. Almost a month ago, I got a phone call that a young man, 19-year-old, met with a horrible accident, had brain injury, but the rest of the body was working, but he was never going to recover from brain injury. And this person is a donor, and his aunt, who lives in Ohio, is on kidney transplant waiting list. She's on dialysis. So they directed this person who was going to be their donor to specifically give that kidney, one of the kidneys, to the aunt, and she got it. You have to make sure the organs match, blood group matches. There are certain other factors. For example, you cannot have a kidney coming from a 200-kilo guy to be put into a 20-kilo kid, because the organ is going to be so big, you cannot fit the organ inside the body. So there can be disparity of the size. It could be problem with the blood group match. But for any other reason, I don't see why you cannot donate directly to your loved one. The circumstances might prevent it from happening, but there's no regulation, there's no scientific reason why it should not be happening. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir, that does. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Finally, as thank you for speaking about organ donation as requested. It is a very important topic to discuss, and in India, there is a lot of stigma around it. People not many people donate organs or even think about it. And even in the hospitals, I have not heard much doctors or nurses telling what about organ donation. So thanks for covering that. And through this session, I am hoping a lot of people will listen to it and probably take your words seriously.
Thank you for
very
showing
much.
the opportunity. I appreciate it, Sansalin. And I appreciate the opportunity to speak with young upcoming minds in India, and the sky is the limit. You're not second to anyone. Just know and believe in yourself. The spark that's in you is the same spark that's in everybody else. I totally understand your point that you mentioned about the hesitation of donation. There are some religious beliefs. There are certain sects that believe if your body is not whole, you won't get entry into the afterworld. But those are beliefs, right? If you educate the patients, if you educate them, you don't have to fight with them, and you cannot fight somebody's belief system they grew up with. But with proper public education, I think that's surmountable. So thank you again for the opportunity.